So the UN is considering a resolution concerning President Trump's recent decision to move our embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. Upon hearing this, the Trump administration has decided to cancel the move. I kid. UN Ambassador Nikki Haley tweeted this. At the UN, we're always asked to do more and give more. So when we make a decision at the will of the American people about where to locate our embassy, we don't expect those we've helped to target us. On Thursday, there'll be a vote criticizing our choice. The U.S. will be taking names.
Love it.
Taking names. You got to love that. It's politics meets The Godfather. I'm shaking. So Haley shows us what American foreign policy looks like with the spine. For so long, we've endured a relationship with the UN that verges on spousal abuse. No matter what we do, save lives, help those in need, try to pull violent countries out of their own deadly chaos, the UN then kicks us in the teeth. It's nice to see Haley hit first and hard to counter the coming petulant whine, and whine they will. After all, it's our embassy, not theirs, so shut up, you ungrateful brats. And I hope we do take names and make these double parking dipwads pay. They're always double parking. So the good news for America, there isn't just a new sheriff in town, but a new contagious sentiment. One that mixes no BS bluntness with a disgust for what went on in the past. The new boss is definitely not the old boss, and now the UN must deal with it, not the other way around. Amen. Thanks, Greg. You're welcome. Hey, so this is a letter. I think we just upped. It's Haley's letter to delegations.
See that?
Yeah, very good. Shall I read the first sentence?
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay. As you consider your vote, this is my favorite sentence. As you consider your vote, I want you to know that the president and the United States takes this vote personally. This is like an action hero memo. Now it's personal.
I don't know. Yeah, I like to separate the politics from the personal, but she's making a strong case there.
Yes.
I saw somebody anonymously say from another country that her letter only served to unite them more.
Oh,
but the thing that's interesting is that as soon as President Trump made the announcement that he was going to seek to move the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, remember there was going to be this parade of horribles and all these terrible things were going to happen, and pretty much has fizzled. And even if they use it as an excuse to riot or to commit acts of terror and try to blame it on that.
Yeah.
But they've been doing that for
it's
years.
hard to distinguish one day of rage from all the other ones.
Well, it was cold weather that night, and so they didn't want to go out and protest that night. That's how heartfelt it was. Look, if you go to Israel, you actually, in Tel Aviv, you see the embassy, but then you go to Jerusalem, and we have a consulate, and then we have two people. So we already have a physical facility there. It's a reflection of reality, and it's actually been the U.S. policy for decades.
Yeah.
And the candidness in which President Trump is projecting this, and Nikki Haley is communicating this, is something that Americans have felt like for a long, long time.
Yep.
It is not a brand new position, and it is the right reflective position.
She reminds me of Jean Kirkpatrick. Remember her?
Yeah, she was great. You know, Juan, when Nikki Haley becomes the first female president in 2024, will you see this as the pivotal moment that pushed her to the forefront?
Oh, it could be.
Because right now,
Hillary's
now home weeping.
The current president likes bully language that you might say is analogous to, the mob and The Godfather, I think was what you said.
I was going to go with Goodfellas, then I went with The Godfather.
Yeah, but I must say it does resonate, that kind of language, I'm taking names, I'm counting numbers. I mean,
Dirty Harry, Magna Force.
You know what you had here? A UN Security Council vote. 14 of 15 countries voted to say this is wrong. They didn't like it. And then you have Haley saying, hey, what about our friends, people we give money to? Britain, France, oh, they're voting for. What about Putin? Even Putin is saying this is nuts.
Even Putin.
And you know what? You said, oh, this is American policy. How come President Bush didn't do it? How come President Obama didn't do it? How come President Clinton didn't do it? How come the first President Bush didn't do it?
We can answer that, but we can't say it on television.
So basically, they voted against the United States, then they got in their car and double parked in front of their escort service.
Well, I just think the key here is, are we going to be able to, down the road, broker what no one has been able to do, but try to bring some peace to the middle. That's the goal here. It's not to just show off and do chest thumping.
The previous tone has not worked, Kimberly. I like this new tone.
I totally agree. I think that's enough already. And we know what? We're tired of getting ripped off. Whether it is that, Paris climate change accord, we had to get rid of that. Okay, now, in terms of these countries that are all always putting their tin cup out for the United States to give them money and billions in aid, I'm with the President of the United States and with Nikki Haley. Cut them off.
Can I?
Partly we
up
do
the
that,
well
though,
of money.
for other diplomatic reasons to give them money.
Yeah.
Part of it is stability and other reasons.
Depending.
Do we have
but
do
at
we
the
have time
same time,
to
you can
show
do
that Trump
reductions in-
tape of him talking exactly what you're saying? Or are we out of time? Go. Let's do this. This is funny.
I like the message that Nikki sent yesterday at the United Nations for all of these nations that take our money and then they vote against us at the Security Council, or they vote against us potentially at the Assembly. They take hundreds of millions of dollars and even billions of dollars, and then they vote against us. Well, we're watching those votes. Let them vote against us. We'll save a lot. We don't care. But this isn't like it used to be, where they could vote against you and then you pay them hundreds of millions of dollars and nobody knows what they're doing.
Actually.
He's just
He
like
said it
your
nicer than I
he's
did.
like your uncle at Thanksgiving. We don't care. They
But
don't
he's
do
a-
anything for us.
He's a businessman. The
Yes.
point is, there is no incentive for them to try to go with the
Yeah.
United States and show some solidarity and support for something that shouldn't be that difficult for them to wrap their head around. So instead, we keep rewarding bad behavior and complete disrespect with more money. Why do we do that?
Yeah.
Why do we do it?
You know what, though? Wasn't it just last weekend Nikki Haley was in trouble with Don Corleone when she said the women should be heard who have something to say
Hey,
about him? Oh, but now Nikki's popular.
No,
with
that's the way it
Godfather.
works. It runs hot and cold. That's the beauty of the most transparent administration in history. You know when people are in trouble and when people do well. Why would you complain about that? You know what? I'm tired of this segment.